The two murder suspects were brought here to the police station for questioning. The victim's mother was immediately notified. According to the sheriff's department, a man casually approached 7-year-old Becky while she played on these swings. Police are asking for any eyewitnesses to contact their investigations department immediately. Reporting from the hospital.
Good morning, I'm Ramsey Bacerott. Bond was denied this morning for 3 people charged with the death of a man. And finally tonight, the mayor announced a crackdown on 18 businesses that are allegedly centers of criminal gang activity. In other news tonight, police are seeking a suspect who beat and sexually assaulted a woman found near a railroad track.
Police say they rushed the 33-year-old man to this hospital as soon as they became aware the victim had suffered multiple stab wounds. The alleged murder suspects are waiting to be transferred to the county courthouse for their bond hearing later today. Becky's family is asking for your help with any information so that she may be returned safely. Reporting near downtown, I'm Ramsey Bacerott.
Many area residents woke up yesterday to find their tires slashed in what investigators are calling one of the largest crime sprees they've seen. Dozens of flattened tires were reported around the viewing area. Detectives are now working hard to catch the culprits. At the Allied Tire Shop, they're piling up slashed tires.
If you look right here, right there is where they're stabbing it with something, either like a pocket knife or a kitchen knife or something, but they're actually stabbing it into the tires to the point where we can't repair it.
The slashing took place over the weekend. Greg Adams woke up to 3 of his vehicles in his driveway with flat tires.
You're probably looking at, between all 3 cars, at least about $3,000 worth of damage that was done to the tires.
In my 23 years with the Sheriff's Office, this is probably one of the biggest sprees that we've had in a weekend period.
Detectives are asking for the public's help.
Forensics was called on several of the cases. Hopefully we can get some fingerprints off the fenders of the vehicles, eyewitnesses. Somebody out there knows something about this. We're asking that they call us.
Concerned residents are gathering reward money for information leading to an arrest.
Bring these kids to justice and make them realize that, what they think is fun isn't really fun at all. It'll end up in jail. I mean, this is felony what they did.
Residents say they're working to pool their money towards a $1,000 reward. You can contact the sheriff's office if you have any information. A couple came forward tonight to tell their story about a gunman who nearly killed them. You might remember the Webbs found themselves at gunpoint following a fender bender this past Saturday. The couple later learned they were not the gunman's only victims. Here's their story.
We went down for her birthday. We went down there to the beach, just goofing off.
Mark and Amy Webb were driving when a guy in a black truck ran into them at a red light.
I seen that he had climbed up on the side of the truck here, and he just put it in reverse and made a right-hand turn in front of me.
Webb says he followed the driver to get his tag number. That's when things took a turn for the worse.
And he walked straight up to me with that gun and had it right here. And only thing he said, the best thing you could do is leave. And I said, buddy, I just want to know what's going on.
I'm thinking, I don't want to sit here and watch my husband die because of a fender bender. I don't want to die, especially when he pointed the gun at me.
And as they were leaving, Webb says the other driver fired a shot through his back window.
I heard it, pow, he took a shot, and I felt it. I felt whatever I felt going by my head.
You can see the bullet hole inside their truck. The Webbs got the tag number and Jeffrey Dudney was arrested, but was released on a $150,000 bond.
What he's got on his past and what he done to us, there's no reason for him to be out on jail, on bond.
A detective told the Webbs the same man that shot at them killed himself after holding hostages at a shooting range.
If he wasn't let out off of our stuff, these people wouldn't have had to gone through what they went through.
The Webbs say they feel bad for what happened at the shooting range.
Had he not, we not followed him, none of this would have never happened, and he wouldn't have felt like that was the only choice that he had.
But they do feel relieved the man who shot at them is gone.
There's definitely relief because I feel like I'm going to be able to walk out my door now and not fear for my life.
The Webbs say they've been seeing a counselor to help them deal with the trauma of looking down a gun barrel at Jeffrey Dudney. Back to you.
With this report. Now, this is new. Tell me what you know.
Thanks, Scott. Next time you run a red light, consider the fact that someone might be taking a picture of you in your car. And if you break the law, expect to get a surprise in the mail. Cameras at 2 key intersections around town will take pictures of red light runners catching them in the act. A company called Peak Traffic began installing test cameras across the state last year. Each camera costs $50,000. Now, this program is called the Mark Wendell Traffic Safety Act. and is named after a man who was killed at an intersection in 2003 by a driver who ran a red light. The program is designed to collect data that will help lawmakers pass a bill to enforce red light runners. Melissa Wendell says the death of her husband was unnecessary and says she is happy to see the state making some progress towards red light runners.
I know that this is going to take time. I knew that when I started it. I knew, I can't have any more disappointments, really, than what had already happened. Everything else is basically positive to be moving in that type of a direction for people to be paying attention.
And here's what is interesting. Under current state law, red light cameras are not legal. You will only be sent a written warning in the mail if you run a light. Lawmakers hope to make these cameras legal someday. Back to you, Scott.